And here we are again. It wasn't going to take long, was it? Cards that are going to be forbidden. I'm going to start right off with the ban list. Instant Fusion, yay. Who would have thought? They're obviously not going to hit any tier limit stuff at the moment, but they will soon enough. Kid Kolos is definitely a goner eventually. They just couldn't let it stand because I think either people really enjoy playing the whole tier limits mirror match, tier limits format, or people really, really hate it. And I think this is for the latter one, because I think a lot of people have actually stopped playing the game or stopped caring about it with the attitude of, well, I've gone through this in the TCG and the OCG, or I've heard how annoying it is, I've seen how annoying it is. There's not really much point if I don't want to be playing the deck to actually continue playing this game. And I kind of somewhat understand this. It's fair enough. I mean, obviously, as a content creator, lol, I don't think it's good for me if people do this, but in the end, who cares? I can completely understand. Instant Fusion gone. Budget decks survive again. Rejoice. This does not matter for my deck profiles, at least, at all. Kind of the newest one that I wanted to upload today. Well, I have to edit some stuff now because Instant Fusion was a part of this because the Mill 5 was too good to pass up on. Technically a Mill 8, I guess, if you go into early. But yeah, let's continue with the ban list for now. Obviously, we will be having this as an adjustment. Cards to be limited: King of the Swamp, Flourish Builder Goods. King of the Swamp also not included in my deck profile, and I did not want to craft this for a good reason. Now I would have actually at least got the value back from the cards. Now, yeah, if you played King of the Swamp, you can't now. But I don't think this really matters for the good competitive tier limit variants. I would have understood if they then took some of the Ishizu cards and be like, okay, yeah, we can slash them. Now they've been around for quite a while. People have had their fun with it. Slash half of this, make it so it's not as oppressive, and let's see how good tier limit is without it. No, we're completely ignoring the actual issue that this variant itself is already crazy, crazy, crazy. But it is what it is. Now, some other tier limit variants have to take the fall for this. Same with Foolish Burial Goods. Like, I can see how this would be a tier hit. It can possibly be something else, but I'm not quite sure what that would be. Technically, it could be because of the whole anti-tier meta that you could be doing. For example, for the Crystal Beast engine, this is going to be very, very, very sad, sorry to say. They will not be able to pull off the Search Field spell plus Search Crystal Beast monster anymore that consistently. The thing is, I did not run this in my Crystal Beast budget variant either, because I kind of thought something like this was going to be coming up soon enough. Foolish Burial Goods has been around for quite a long time, and I still don't really think it's a problem. Like, yes, it's a strong card, and technically you have to kind of balance around this being around. It's kind of like if Foolish Burial is at 3, you have to make effects of monsters in the graveyard be a bit weaker but then they solve this, and now you have different ways of getting into the graveyard. But also we lost the rank 4 that could send stuff to the graveyard, and now we have Foolish Burial Goods also at 1. I don't think it's necessary. I don't really think it was necessary. Also, the good thing is my pure-ish tier element version does not rely on Foolish Burial Goods. I decided to go with the Sea Mare that was in the newest pack as well, so this doesn't harm this in the slightest either. Still annoying though, because I kind of like this card. Foolish Burial Goods was one of the, if not the most favorite of my search cards that I've ever had. Don't know why, I just really like the fact that you could send spell traps to the graveyard, and there are some. It's also going to possibly, I don't know if this these days matters anymore, but it's going to hurt stuff like UA, for example. It's going to hurt things like, or what are the furry deck, you know what I'm talking about, it's Luna Lights. It's definitely going to hurt them a bit, if I'm not mistaken, because they like to have their spell traps in the graveyard, and now they can't. We are getting more Go Second staples. Change of Heart, apparently at 1 it didn't do enough, or it wasn't much of a problem, so we have this at 2 now. It doesn't really matter all that much. I reckon I won't be playing it anyway because it is an ultra rare, if I'm not mistaken. The cards that are back from the ban list, yay! Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Oh, did we really need to bring this back? Not time. Like, it's gonna not be too much of a problem. I think it was at 2 already beforehand, and now at 3 it's not gonna make much of a difference. But I'm so fed up with playing against Sky Striker in general. Like, the Eternal format was long enough, then on here on Master Duel it was long enough, then every single time some new card came out, yeah, but we can play this in Sky Striker, right? And then you have to deal with all kinds of fusion shenanigans and Predaplant, Verti-Anaconda stuff, and here and there and everything. I'm quite glad that these weren't as played before, but now we have them, I think, nearly at full power. I think we're lacking one of the Mobilize Engage, but that's basically everything, I think. Thunder Dragon, Dragon Hawk, also not a big fan of that coming back, but it is what it is. Not much that this is going to be doing to the meta. It's going to be annoying for some, but not going to be shaping the game at all. And Tenki's back again, yay, who would have thought that they didn't actually have to hit Tenki. Tri-Brigade isn't much of an issue anymore. That just shows also how crazy the power creep of this game is. Oh yeah, Tri-Brigade, like half a year ago, was actually one of the best decks that you could play. Now we can just don't care anymore. Like full power, who cares? Doesn't matter whatsoever. And Supreme King, Dragon Darkworm, yes, who would have thought that this card doesn't do much anymore when Pendulums haven't been played since... even with Electromite around and beyond the Pendulum, I barely run into Pendulum decks. That, I don't know if that's an indication of how good they are, or if it's more of an indication of people don't really want to be investing in it, because first of all, Pendulums are very expensive, and second of all, they're kind of complicated. You have to really like them, and I think for a lot of people, especially people that just start at Master Duel, it's a bit too complex, the whole mechanic, or at least it seems too complex to actually pick it up. So in the end, I'm absolutely fine with Darkworm. For the ban list, in terms of budget value, I'm very disappointed in Foolish Burial Goods, because this card is very important, and I feel like we've just been hitting budget options, so you buy more of the UR tier element stuff, because right now you could substitute certain tier elements things if you just play Foolish Burial Goods. You also had access to other kind of stuff then. It's a bit sad for like Crystal Beast. It's sad for like a lot of decks, a lot of budget decks that really needed this card and now can't use it to actually harm a deck that doesn't really need it at all, I assume, I don't know, or harm the counter variant for that deck that we wouldn't really need unless if these graveyard effects weren't so strong. So in the end, I don't feel like I agree with the Foolish Burial Goods hit, but it was something that was a long time coming, because in the end, why would we expect that it was going to be any different than the normal Foolish Burial? It is what it is. I am okay with this ban list. I don't think it's going to have a massive meta impact at all. Yes, Instant Fusion was probably going to be too strong with Kid Kalos, but it's not going to make a difference for the game that they might not be drawing the one-off super sacky card anymore. Yes, from time to time, 1 out of 100 games, this might make a massive difference, but I don't think this is going to change the state of the game with Ishizu tier elements running rampage over the whole format and people building against this or building this specific deck. Nothing's going to change much. King of the Swamp, if you actually believe that this was going to be the deciding factor for this format to be more balanced and more playable, then yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't understand why King of the Swamp was on here. I know what it's used for, but I don't really think this was the card to be hit. This was the card that made the difference. And if I told myself 10 years ago, oh yeah, look, King of the Swamp, you know this card, this is going to be on the ban list at one point, yeah, laughable, because if it's on the ban list, then it's only on the ban list because it makes a specific fusion too easy to go into. And if this is the case here, then I don't know, maybe they're preparing already to hit Kid Kalos, and so you tier elements completely die if you don't have Kid Kalos anymore, because then you don't have Kid Kalos and you also don't have a card that can be used as Kid Kalos. So then you actually have to not play tier elements at all? Question mark. I don't know. It's gonna be a bit strange, this one. Not a very good ban list in my opinion. It doesn't really do much and has hits to cards that I really liked and were dear to my heart and brought cards back that I do find annoying. Not that they make a difference, but I do find them annoying. Hope you enjoyed your day.